This story will cover from then to now and next, all about change, how to turn losers into winners. Everyone's favourite, the comical clown of the sea, now even being checked out by the paparazzi about its food preferences. But when it connects with us, the picture is a lot less amusing, indeed tragic, for the famous Puffin. A particularly shocking example came ashore by the bridges over the Firth of Forth in Scotland. Their name, like the puffins themselves, may suggest something humorous, but they are anything but. Each nurdle is tiny, about the size of a lentil, a few millimetres. And this is where the story starts, a few miles away at Grangemouth, a massive petrochemical factory. Those nurdles, 300 billion a week, are produced here to be turned into plastic for supermarkets and so on, for food trays, bottles and much else. And as we now well know, microplastics can kill. According to the Sunday Times, the chairman and chief executive of INEOS, one of the biggest producers of plastic in the world, has been targeted by campaigners. His name is Sir James Ratcliffe, with a previous estimated fortune of £18 billion, third in the rich list. So this is quite a story, a picture about winners and losers, featuring the not so comical clown of the sea. Seriously. They're a kind of orc with an A, not H as in hawk. They're all sorts, and they depend on the sea, its fish, and therefore its condition. Populations can vary, and we need to know why, as all seabirds can prove to be warnings from the wild, indicating sand eel stocks or young fry of larger fish. So why did these tufted puffins crash off St. Paul Island between Russia and Alaska in late 2016? An estimated 7,000 individuals died, apparently as the result of a Pacific marine heat wave. In the UK, another orc, the guillemot, has been studied by Professor Tim Birkhead of the University of Sheffield since 1972. It seems they and the puffins and other seabirds are all in decline. Certainly the weather affected Atlantic puffins recently, with heavy rain in Northumberland. This kind of downpour will flood the landscape and offshore, in this case, the Farne Islands, famous for its puffin colonies. So is it glad tidings for these popular characters, winning or losing at the mercy of weather, food and the dreaded plastic? We'll see. So will she. Lots of puffins, but how many chicks or pufflings have been drowned in their burrows on the farms? How many parents can't get enough fish at sea, and as in the past they had to switch from scarce sand eels, their favourite, to pipefish, which have spines which choke the chick, and they may contain some deadly microplastics, which some humans produce and others cast aside. Well before the time of useful and useless plastics, now flooding the sea, this traditional home for puffins and other seabirds was changing. The Farne Islands, 28 of them, have been inhabited for more than 1300 years, first by monks and hermits, then as a military garrison, then tenants who grazed them and harvested eggs, birds, eiderdown and seals. Later, lighthouse keepers and their families kept their lamps burning, warning ships away from these dangerous rocks now attracted to a food chain of avian fishermen, from small fish experts like kittiwakes and puffins to piratical scavengers like black-backed gulls. Take cover underground. When the coast literally is clear, there's the problem of finding your burrow and your mate again. Puffins pair for life and live up to 30 years and more, and the puffling will leave at night to avoid predation, and with no guidance from its parents. Yes, they may seem comical, clowns, but it's tough being a puffin, not forgetting poison in its food, which the puffling would be given. The mate returns. They're well protected here in the vegetation, but that's certainly not true out on the open ocean in winter gales. Many puffins and their young must be lost at sea, and so on the farms counts will be made every year now to assess the Puffin Picture, searching for their burrow containing their chick up to 3 feet underground. Now let's see, it takes two. Is this the one? Welcome home.